architects. In our previous videos, we did how to insert doors and windows in Revit projects. We also did how to draw a plan for 1-bedroom house. So now we are going to, for the purpose of those who couldn't watch our first video, we are going to do a video on the basics tools in Revit software, so that everybody will get the understanding of how Revit works and how they are going to use the tools. Okay, so in this video, before you start, what you see on the screen is Revit software. When you open it at first, this is how it looks like. Okay, so before you start with any project in Revit, we have models, we have families. So your project will fall under models. Families, example is the furniture and also the windows and doors. Okay, so since we are going to start with a new project, I'm going to show you how to use the basic tools in Revit and the interface of Revit. Okay, so before you start, you have to go to under the models, you have to go to new. So you click on new, you see this pop-up menu. We have, so under the template file, we have Imperial Construction Templates. So you click on it. So since we are going to use limiters and also we are dealing with architecture, we are going to use metric architectural template. Okay, so you click on metric architectural template, click on it. So you see that we have create new project. Click OK and wait whilst your window or workstation is being opened. Once again, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you will be updated on our next videos and our current videos. Okay, don't forget to also like, comment your topic in the comment section. Okay, so this is how Revit will look like after creating a new workstation for your project. Okay, so in Revit we have the menu bar, we have the project browser, we have the properties, we also have the yes. Okay, so let's start with the menu. So at the menu we have architecture, we have structure, we have steel, we have precast, we have system, we have insert, annotate, analyze, master and site, we have collaborate, we have view, manage, add-ins and model force. Okay, so when you click on the architecture, okay, so you click on architecture, you see walls, we have doors, we have windows, we have components, we have columns, we have roof, we have the ceiling, we have floor, we have curtain system, we have curtain grid, million, railing, ramp, we have the stairs, we have the model test, we have the model line, model group, we have the room, we have the room separator, we have the tag room, we have area, we have tag area and so forth. Okay, so let's start with architecture first. Okay, so let's say you want to create a wall or you want to draw a wall in Revit. You just have to click on the wall, and before you draw your wall, you have to check the thickness of your wall. Okay, so in order to change the thickness of your wall, you have to click on edit type. So edit type, under the edit type you see edit under construction, it is structure. You click on edit. Okay, you see that the thickness, so we have function, we have the material, we have the thickness, we have wraps, we have the structural material. Okay, so with this wall the thickness is 200 mm. Don't forget we are dealing with millimeters. So here you see that they've written generic 200 mm. That's the type. Okay, so you have to change this thickness to 150. Type 150 on your keyboard. Okay, so once you are done, you have to click OK and click apply. Click OK. So now we can draw our wall. So you just click, you see that the wall is active. Yeah, the wall is active. You can use the scroll button to scroll up, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out to see your project or your wall. Okay, so let's say we are drawing 5 meters wall. You can drag it to get your 5 meters, which is 5,000 mm, or you can leave it like this, then you type of 5,000, press enter. So you can see that the wall is still active. Okay, so let's say we are just drawing a box. Let's say 5 meters. Click. You see that once you see the blue light, it means it is in line with the first one or the upper one. You click OK. Okay, good. Then you press escape on your keyboard. So you can see that we have drawn our wall in Revit. Okay, so if you want to, the next thing you see at the top is the door. So if you want to insert the door, you just have to click on your door. You see that Revit will give you M single flash door by default. So you just select and you place your window, your door, sorry, place your door, like place your door, you place that. I'm showing you how to insert or how to use the various tools. So don't say we have a lot of doors in this project, don't worry. Okay, so the next thing is window. So if you want to insert window in Revit, you just have to click on window. By default, Revit will give you M-fix window, and you just click on it, click on it, click on it, click on it. You can see that you have your window. But if you want to change the size of the window, you just have to go to edit, like how we did the wall. Go to edit, then your height. You have the height of the window, we have the width of the window. So with this window, the height is 610 mm and the width is 406. So let's say we want our windows to be 1000 mm. We just have to change the width to 1000 mm. Then the height, maybe you want to also use 1000 mm for the height. And click OK. So you can see that all your windows, the size of the windows have changed. Once you change the size of one window, all the windows, it affected all the windows in the project. Okay, so if you want to, let's say you don't want the size to affect the windows, or you want the size to affect just one window, just have to click. Let's say this window, we want the size to affect just this window. You just have to select this particular window. You click edit. You can see that the height, the width is 1000 mm like the rest. Okay, so in order to change the size or the width and the height for this particular window alone, you just have to duplicate it. Don't forget, you just have to duplicate it. So you can see that we have load, duplicate and rename. So you duplicate it, click on duplicate. So let's say you can rename it. Let's say our back window. So once you are done duplicating it, you can then change the height. Let's say this one, we are changing the height to 1500 mm and the width to 1400 mm. Click OK and see that it didn't affect the use of the window, it just affected the windows that you selected. Okay, so if you doubt, let's check. So you click on this, edit. You can see that it's 1000 for the height, 1000 for the width. Click OK. Let's check our this window too. You can see that this one is 1500 mm and 1200 mm. Okay, good. So this method applies to the doors as well. So if you want to change the size of the door for this particular door alone, you just have to select this door, go to edit. So before you change the height and the width, you just have to duplicate it. So let's say this is our D1. Door 1, so D1. Okay. Now you can change the width. Let's say we are changing it to 1800. Okay. You can see that this door is bigger than the rest of the doors. So now we know how to insert the doors, the windows. The next thing is component. Okay, so the component basically means inserting Revit families in the project. Okay, so you click on component. You can see that we have by default Revit. I don't know for yours, but mine by default Revit has given MDEX component or MDEX family. Okay, so I just insert this one here. Let's say I want to bring in chair. You have to go to load family. Click on load family. We have furniture. Okay, click on furniture. We have seating. You click on seating. See that it will give you a couple of some chairs you can insert in your project. Okay, so I am choosing chair tax hands. Okay, so I have to click on it. Yes, so then I insert the chair, then you press escape on the keyboard. Okay, so we are now in the component. The next thing is columns. So the columns, you will come to that. The next thing is roof to, you will come to that. Okay, so we have ceiling to use for, let's say you are done inserting, drawing your building house in your modeling, you can, and you want to insert ceiling, you have to use this tool to insert your ceiling. And you have the floors. Okay, so the floors to, let's say if you have your model, or you have, let's say you are modeling one bedroom house and you have your walls and you want to insert floor, you want to draw the floor, you just have to come here, click on the floor. Okay, so before that let me go to the 3D. You see that the walls are hanging, not sitting on any floor. So we are going to draw the floor. So you just have to go to level 1. Click on level 1. Okay, so you click on the floor 2. You have boundaries, slope arrow, you have the span direction. Okay, so since this is the rectangle, just have to select the rectangle tool, click on it, click the edge, draw it as it is. Okay, once you are done, click OK, go to your 3D. Then we have the floor, the wall is sitting on the floor. Now you can't see the furniture, take it around. So in order to rotate your model, you press the right click button on your mouse, then you press shift. Together with the shift you can rotate around. Okay, so the next two is curtain system. You come to that. Next one, curtain grade, million, grading, ramps, stairs. You come to that. Okay, so I think for architecture these are the basic tools that you are going to use under it. Okay, so let's say you have your 1-bedroom house and you want to set, like, name your bedroom. Let's say this master bedroom, you want to name it, you just have to go to annotate. You see test, click on test, then you type this in master bedroom. Press escape on the keyboard. So you click and drag it to the middle. So you can see that this one is too big. The name is too big. So once you select it, you can edit type. Go to edit type, click on it. So you can change the text of the font style. This one is Arial. You can change it to maybe okay. Belly sounds. Okay. This year we are going to use belly sounds. Click on it, apply, and see that it will change. If you want to change the size to your text size, change it. Let's see, we are doing it 2. Yes. Okay, so let's say you want to change the color of this text to red. You just have to click on it, you right click, you go to override in view, then you have by element, by category. If you choose by element, meaning you are dealing with the selected element, but if you choose by category, meaning every text that you have in your project will be affected. So since you are dealing with this text alone, we are going to select by element. So you can see we have pattern, we have color, we have weight. So we are dealing with the color, so we just have to click on the color, select red, select OK. Okay, click here. You can see that our text has changed to red. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. If you can't hear us too, you can prompt us so that we increase the volume for you. Okay, so now we've renamed the project. Okay, so under data we are done. Okay, so let's come to our properties. So the properties, we use the properties to set the height of our walls, the height of our windows, the height of our doors, and maybe other components. Okay, under the property we have the project scale. This project is 1:100. So if you want to change it to 1:50, you click here, the scale. You have 1:25, you have 1:1, 1:2, 1:5, 1:10, we have 1:20. It depends on the app to like any scale you want, you get it in Revit. Okay, so since we are dealing with a small project, I think 1:100 is okay. Click 1:100. Then we have the display model. It's normal. If you change it to halftone, meaning you are going to tone the visibility down. Okay, so if you click on halftone, you see that in apply, you see how your project has become. Okay, so you click on it. If you select the do not display, you will not see your project at all. So you click on the do not display. Your project has vanished. Okay, so let's maintain the normal. Alright, then under it we have the detail level, which is coarse, medium and fine. Come to that. We have the path visibility that show original, show some parts, show original. Then we have the visibility graphics. Okay, so the visibility graphics, you see that the thickness of this wall and the thickness of the window is almost the same, but then you have to show difference. So we have to change the thickness of the wall to maybe 6 or 5. Okay, so you have to, under the visibility, you have to scroll down to walls. Your wall, you select, bring it here. So we have lines, we have patterns, we have transparency, we have lines again, then we have patterns. So it's come in 2 parts. So we have the projection or surface, sorry. Then we have the cut. So we are going to, since this is for the plan, we are going to change the thickness under cut, because the plan is something that maybe you've cut some, like you are showing just some part. Let's say a 4 box and you divided it, you cut it into 2, then you are showing the counterpart. That's how plan, when you are viewing it from above, that's how plan works. Okay, so since this plan, we are going to change it under cut. So under cut we have lines, pattern. We are not dealing with pattern. Since we are dealing with thickness, coarse and the line, so the override, just have to click on it. So we have the color, we have the pattern, we have the width. We have the width here. So let's say we want to change the color to blue. Select blue. Okay, then click apply. You can see that your wall color have changed. Okay, drag it here. It has affected all the walls, so the color for the walls have changed. Okay, so we are not dealing with the colors. We have to change the thickness. You can see that still the thickness is not up to. So under the lines, go there again. So we have the weight. So the weight, you click on no override. I prefer 6. I think 6 is okay. Select 6. Okay, select, drag it here, apply. You can see that the thickness has changed. I mean, this makes your project looks better than well appreciable than the first one. Okay, so now we can tell that the thickness of our walls are different from the thickness of the windows, the doors, and the components. So you click OK. So under the same, so we are done with the visibility graphics override. So we have the graphics display, so you click on it. We have the style. This one is show the style is in hidden line, but you have to change it before you work in every project. You have to change it to wireframe, or else you will not see some parts of your project. So you change it to wireframe, apply. Okay, so you click OK. Then we have the orientation. Come to that. We have the wall joint. I think yes. For now, these are the tools you have to know under properties. So let's come to our project browser. So our project browser, under it we have view, or we have the floor plans, we have the ceiling plans, we have the 3D views, we have the elevations, we have the legend, schedule, and quantities. We have the sheet, we have the family group, and Revit links. Okay, so let's start. So the floor plans. So the floor plans actually shows all the plans that you have under floors. Then the ceiling plan shows all the plans you have under the ceiling, meaning the floor plan. Let's say level 1, you click on this one, is already in level 1. If you click on the level 1 for ceiling plan, meaning we are viewing it from above, you can see that you will not see the doors, because the doors end at somewhere 2,100, and our height of the walls are, I think this one we've not adjusted it, so I think let's check. So you select the wall, you can see that the height is what? The top constraint, the height is 8,000 mm. 8,000 mm. But the normal or the standard height of a bedroom house is 3 meters. So let's change it to 3 meters. Yes. So our walls end at 2,100, meaning the walls exceed the height of the doors. So the door, since we are viewing it from under the ceiling plan, it will not show. But you go to the level 1 for the floor plan, you can see that your doors and everything are showing. Okay, so and a 3D view, that's where you are going to see your 3D. You can also come here to see how your 3D is looking like, or you can select it under the 3D views. Okay, so you click on your 3D, double click, and see that your 3D. So the height that we change, it affected just this one because that's the only wall that we selected. So now let's change the walls for all the walls. The height of let's change the height of all the walls. So select, you press Control, select. Now you selected the rest of the walls, and see that the top constraints unconnected is what 8,000. Change it to 3,000. Apply. Okay. Now we have 3 meters. So squeeze now. So on the elevation, that's where we are going to see all the 4 elevations of our project. So when you double click on the east, you are going to see the eastern facade or the east view or the east elevation. Double click on the north, you are going to see the north elevation. When you double click on the south, you are going to see the south elevation. When you double click on the west, you are going to see the west elevation. Okay, so we have legend, schedule, sheets, family, and groups. Okay, so we come to that. Okay, so let's say the sheet. So under the sheet, before you create any sheet, you have to right click on the sheet. You can see that that's giving us a pop-up menu. We have new sheet, browser, organization, we have search, we have expand all, then we have the collapse all. So you click on new sheets. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any topic in mind too, you can share in the comment section so that we will make videos on it for you. Okay. So under it, we have select title blocks. Okay, so this one is A1 metric. That's the only sheet I have. So I'll select the A1 metric. Okay. So by default, Revit will give you this sheet. But then you can make changes to this sheet. We are going to make full video on how to change and design sheets in Revit. So I think for now this one is okay. You have the families. Families also shows all the families that you have, the doors, floors, and everything. For now, we don't need it. You click on the manage to hide it. Okay. Now we are done with the project browser. We are done with the project property. We are done with the menu for architecture. So let's say let's close this, close. So back to our plan. Okay. So in order to start with any project in Revit, we deal with what? Levels. Okay, keep that in mind. once you open Revit, what have to come in your mind is in Revit you deal with what? Levels. Okay, so anybody who is familiar with Photoshop knows that in Photoshop we work in what? Layers. In Photoshop we work in layers, but in Revit we work in what? In levels. In Figma we work in layers, in Photoshop we work in layers, but in Revit we don't work in layers, but then we work in levels. Okay, so before you start with any project, you have to create levels for every step that you want to use in your project. Let's say you are going to do, let's say the 1-bedroom house you started earlier on. You can see that the 1-bedroom house, we have the ground line, the ground level, the grade level, we have the floor level, we have the ceiling level, we have the roof level. Okay, so before you start with any project, you have to open one of the elevations. So you double click on one of the elevations, let's say north. So by default, Revit will give you level 1 and level 2. I really don't want that. So you have to, so the level 1 is always 0, which is the ground level. Take note, the level 1 is always 0, and it is what? The ground line, the grade level. So you just have to change the name. You click on it. You see our ground level. Click here, or you press enter. We have our grade on the ground level. We are going to delete the level 2 for now. Okay, so from ground level we move to our floor level. Right before you can create any other level, you have to right click on the existing level, then you go to create similar, click on create similar. So the interval between our ground level and our floor level should be 900 mm. That's the least. It can be 450. It can be 600. The least that you can use is 900 mm. Let's use 900 mm. Drag it to be active, and you have to drag it to the end, so that before you see, until you see the broken lines. Once you see the broken lines, it means it's in line with the first one. Click OK. But you can see that the level 3 is conflicting with the ground level. So you select the level 3. You see a zigzag, small zigzag, you click on it, click here and drag. Okay, now it's okay, so you click on it, floor level. So now when you adjust this, then we have to create, so after floor level we are going to create our ceiling level. That's our room height. Select the floor level, create similar, should be 3000 mm. Leave your mouse there and type 3000 mm. Here you see the will add up to the floor level, the interval. So it will start from 0 to what, where like any floor that from 0 to any floor that you've drawn. Okay, so I mean for this level, the interval between the floor level and the level 4, you made it 3000. But then when you check where they've written level 4, you can see that they've written 3300. Don't be confused. Don't get confused. It will add the interval between the ground line and the floor level towards the other levels that you've created. So meaning the level 4, the height from the ground to level 4 is the 3300, but the height from the floor level to level 4, the height is what, 3000 mm. Don't get confused. And adjust this one. Use a screw. Yes. Here. Then you click on the floor level, the level 4, change it to ceiling level. You can change it to new height. How you want to name it? Press enter. Yes. Okay, so now we have our levels. For the roof, for now, you ignore the roof level for now. Okay, so you go back to your ground level, or you check your project browser. So on the project browser, you are going to see under the floor plans, you are going to see that all the levels that you've created will appear under the floor plans and also under the ceiling plans. I think earlier on I showed you how it works. Okay, so before we continue, don't forget to like this video, hit on the notification button so that you can also share it to other people so that they can also benefit from it. Okay, subscribe to the channel as well. Okay, you can continue. Okay, so you have to go to the ground level. So the ground level is this, but then our plan normally sits on what, the floor level. So you click on the floor level. So let's check floor level. Okay, so this is our floor level. So let's use the 1-bedroom house we started earlier on to know how the levels work. Okay, so I can relate this. Alright, so let's start. So before you start, when you go to level 1, let's delete this one as well. When you go to any of the elevation, you see that you have your levels. So once again, before you start, your plan has to sit on the floor level. So then, if it has to sit on the floor level, then you go back to the floor level and the floor plans. So in our previous video, I said our 1-bedroom house, the dimension is going to be 4000 mm by 4000 mm. So the shortcut, you can go to architecture, you click on walls, or the shortcut is WA. So let's check the thickness. Go to edit type. So our thickness is what already in 150. Click OK. Enjoy your 4 meters. 4 meters. 4 meters. 4 meters. This is 4 meters by 4 meters mm. So once, let's say you select all the walls and you go to the base constraints, you can see that the walls are sitting on the floor level. It starts from the floor level and ends to the top constraint is unconnected, meaning we have to connect the top constraint to our ceiling or our room height. We have to connect the floor level to our room height. So meaning our top constraint, you have to connect it. By default it is unconnected, but we have to connect it to the room height. So we have to click on the arrow, select room height, click apply. So once you go back to the north elevation, you can see that the walls are connected to the room height. It starts from the floor level and ends at room height. Go back to your floor level. So now you have your floor. Let's check the 3D. Okay, now you have your floor, your walls. Now you have your walls. Okay, so let's go back to our floor level. So our next thing is we are going to draw the floor. We are going to draw the floor for this one bedroom house. The walls will sit on the floor. You go back to architecture, you go to floor, select it. This one is square. So you just have to select a rectangle tool, click here, you click here. I have to set the base level, the level to floor level, so that it will be at the bottom of the wall. So it's already at floor level. Click the green, finish edit mode, click on it, go back to the 3D. See that the walls are sitting on the floor. Click on floor level. Okay, so we are going to insert doors, windows and other components, but then I've already made videos on how to insert windows, how to insert doors in Revit. So you can check in the description, you see, you can check in all the videos you've made under how to insert doors and windows in Revit. So I think for now we are going to end here, and the next time you come, you take it from the window. So do well to watch how to insert the doors and how to insert the windows in Revit. So in our next video we are going to take it from there. Note this: if you don't watch our videos on how to insert doors and how to insert windows, you are going to get lost. So I would urge all of you to watch the videos on how to insert doors and how to insert windows in Revit software. So I already mentioned that we have these videos in our, when you go to Smart Architect, you click on it, you go to our videos, you see playlists, you see that we have videos, and that's, I think, tutorials 2, maybe tutorials 2 and tutorials 3. Do well to watch these videos so that you will be in line with whatever that we are going to discuss in our next video. Once again, thank you for watching this video. see you in our next video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share it to your friends for them to also benefit from it. You can also comment in the comment section your topics and everything that you want to learn or you want us to make videos on. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.